This week on 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank, spring sports heat up with big games all around the Bay Area. We'll see San Ramon Valley battle California, Willow Glen takes on Lee, and St. Francis meets rival Bellarmine in a thriller.
Softball includes Foothill taking on Granada, Monte Vista and Lynbrook volleyball, and the story of the Salesian softball player overcoming the emotional battles in her life. It's all next on 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank.
Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. We start tonight in the De Anza division where the Los Altos Eagles are off to a 2-0 start in league. The Eagles' Adam Stothard hitting .429 so far this year.
The Eagles facing perennial De Anza division power Wilcox this week. You know anything about Wilcox?
A little bit. I know that I graduated from there.
Oh, very good. The Chargers are, you should probably read this. The Chargers are 7-4 coming into the week, 2-2 in the De Anza division. The team's meeting for 2 games this week. The first played at Wilcox, where she went to school, Wednesday afternoon.
Go Chargers.
Adrian Soriano here in Santa Clara as Wilcox takes on Los Altos. The Chargers get on the board on a pass ball, then Justin Mgushov skies one to right. That's deep enough to score Alan Ramirez, 2-0 Wilcox. Wilcox adds on in the second. Patrick Sanchez hits one up the middle for a base hit. Matthew Tienda scores. Right behind them is Ryan Hawk, 4-0 Wilcox Chargers after 2. Los Altos gets one back in the third. Aiden Brenner sends a liner down the third baseline and all the way to the fence. Garrett Cartier racing around third, and he will score 4-1 Wilcox. But the Chargers come right back in the bottom half. Tiendes hits this one to the right side of the infield. The ball takes a funny hop into the outfield as Jack Fairfield crosses the plate. 6-1 Wilcox after 3. Wilcox tacks on more runs in the fourth as the ball gets away. Patrick Sanchez scores. 8-1 Chargers after 4. Meanwhile, AJ Meneses was dealing for the Chargers. AJ getting one of his 6 strikeouts of the game in 6 innings of work. Bottom 5 now, and Noel Ramirez launches one to left. You can put it on the board. Yes! A 2-run blast from Noel as Wilcox wins it 12-1 to improve to 3-2 in the Santa Clara Valley De Anza division.
St. Mary's hosting Albany on Wednesday afternoon. Max Barnett Abrams kicks off the third inning with a rocket out to right center. They will call this a ground rule double, so Max celebrates at second. Tristan Huerta follows him with a bunt and hustles to first to put runners on the corners for Eli James, who lines one down the third baseline. Barnett Abrams scores to put the Panthers on the board. Later in the inning, bases loaded as Eli Barnett Abrams hits a hard grounder to short to put St. Mary's up by 2. Infield putting in work to keep the lead. The speedy Derek Bedford makes the sliding snag, fires to first for a sparkling defensive play for the Panthers. Score stands till the bottom of the 6th. Then Evan Kleinhans ropes it out to the right field fence, and he will stop at second. Panthers get another on, and with runners on second and third, Tristan Huerta smokes it to right and knocks 2 more in to extend the lead to 4. Albany fighting till the end. The sophomore Joaquin Stewart unloads, but Caven Kroom zooms to make the spectacular grab, then dives over the fence and hangs onto it. What a play. We could end it there, but we gotta give Noah Zirkle some love. Complete game shutout for the senior starter, and he finishes the game on a called third strike. 12 strikeouts, no walks, and just 3 hits allowed in a big St. Mary's win.
Ivan Garcia here in Santa Clara as the Midi Monarchs host the Branham Bruins. Top third, Bruins with the runner on second, and Tyler Arbuckle steals for third and puts herself in scoring position. On the next pitch, Gabriela Diotalevi hits a grounder, but the throw is juggled and Arbuckle is safe at home. Bruins strike first, 1-0. Bottom third, Monarchs with the runner on first, and Taryn Kern hits a no-doubter to left field as Midi takes a 2-1 lead. Teammates loving that home run. Still bottom third, Monarchs now up 3-1, runner on second as Lindsey Miller hits one up the middle and Corey Hicks beats the throw home, and Midi goes up 4-1. Bottom of the 5th, runner on third, Sarah Pena gets a hit to bring home Kiara Brady, Monarchs 5-1. Still in the 5th, bases loaded, Monarchs hit one in the air, but Arbuckle makes an incredible sliding catch to save some runs. Next batter, the throw is in the dirt, Pena races home and is safe, extending the lead 6-1. Jessica Worthman up to bat and clears the bases as Hicks and Miller are brought home and Midi is up big. Kelly Zybura comes in at the top of the 6th and struck out the final 5 of 6 batters. Midi stays undefeated and moves on to 9-0 on the season after a huge 8-1 win over Branham.
Jumping to San Jose for some boys volleyball. Monte Vista meeting Lynbrook at center court. Courtney Tate with the highlights. Into the first set, Lynbrook with a 1-point lead. Rishi Desari sends it up to Arthur Chan. Arthur slams it home for the equalizer. We're tied at 4 later. Monte Vista trying to put it away. Rishi back up to Arthur, and Arthur delivers again for the kill. One of his 13 on the game. Matadors take the first set, set 2. This one going point for point. We're tied at 25. Benjamin Ching crushes it to score, and the Vikings take a 1-point lead. We're tied again in the second. This time, Alexander Lee sends it up to Benjamin Ching. Benjamin slams it to the hardwood to regain the lead. Lynbrook takes the second, 31-29. Third set, both teams still keeping it close. Rishi Desari over to Elijah Kang for another kill, and the score is tied back up at 13. The battle continues later in the third. Monte Vista sends it over, but Benjamin Ching sends it right back. Huge performance by the sophomore. Lynbrook wins set 3, 35-33. What a game! To the fourth, Monte Vista lead swelling. Jesse Lee slams it home to cut the lead to 5. Score 23-18. Matadors will see a fifth set, set 5. Here's Jesse Lee again with a huge kill, and Monte Vista ties it up at 5. Finally, Lynbrook starting to pull it away with big plays like this from Andy Zhu. Huge block for a much-needed stop, and Lynbrook holds on to win it 3-2. Benjamin Ching led the way with 15 kills.
Each week, we present the Players of the Week in a wrap produced by the great folks at the Rikes Center.
The players chosen from their performances in last week's games. Here are the Gary Rikes Players of the Week.
Yeah, Rikes Center, 49ers Cal High Sports. These are your Gary Rikes Players of the Week.
His motor's running hot like a Gran Torino. It's midi third baseman Mateo Blandino. The junior's got the makings of the great Bambino. He hits like winning numbers at the Grayton Casino. Belting a grand slam to lead his team on the comeback. Added another single, hey, that's just another fun fact. The Monarchs improved to 6-1 in the standings. Mateo swinging hard, who knows where the ball is landing. Going over the fence for Brianna Swihart. A home run hitter, she makes it look like a fine art. Putting up numbers and you don't need to see a pie chart. Take my word for it, she's setting a high mark. Working behind the plate, catcher for Pinole Valley. With 3 hits including 2 homers, a whole rally could be started by Brianna as she's leading the Spartans to an undefeated record, and the season just started. Already? Oh yeah, Rikes Center, 49ers Cal High, Bennett Roth. These are your Gary Rikes Players of the Week.
Stanford Healthcare brings us advice for athletes every week.
Here's 49ers team physician Dr. Tim McAdams with this week's tip.
There are 2 main types of ankle sprains, low and high. Let's look at the difference. Low ankle sprains are the typical basketball inversion sprain that injures the front and outside of the ankle, as seen here, leading to injury of the anterior talofibular and calcaneofibular ligaments. Although it may get quite swollen, they have excellent healing potential. High ankle sprains, on the other hand, are a different animal and commonly caused by an eversion and external rotation force that affects the ligaments connecting the 2 leg bones, the tibia and the fibula. They are associated with significant pain with weight bearing and push off. A cast boot is often helpful for the first 1 to 2 weeks, and these can often take 6 to 8 weeks before return to play.
Coming up, our first SunPower Electric game as San Ramon Valley takes on California.
And Peninsula League action with Woodside and San Mateo. This is 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank. The Rikes Center's Community Service Program in Menlo Park provides a unique opportunity for you to gain valuable leadership and life skills while working in a diverse and exciting environment. Whether you're looking to complete school service hours, gain relevant experience for a job or college, or immerse yourself in all the Rikes Center has to offer, our Community Service Program gives you the opportunity to engage your community, make meaningful human connections, and learn new skills in athletic fitness, creative arts, and nature awareness. Got goals? Come to the Rikes Center.
Cody! Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm crocheting.
I see that.
It started off as a hobby, kind of snowballed from there. And Alex, I don't want to stop.
Well, I don't see why you should have to. Let's set you up with a side gig savings goal on the US Bank mobile app. This way you can turn it into your main hustle before you know it.
You're my hero, Alex.
What are you working on now?
Pool cover.
That's fun.
Oh, I made my wife a bathing suit.
Oh, did Linda like it?
She did not.
Oh.
You should see what I made for Max. Max, look at him. He loves it.
The confidence to make your dream a reality. US Bank. We'll get there together.
For nearly half a century, DevCon Construction has helped build, perform, design, and sustain the dreams of Bay Area schools. DevCon Construction's buildings and fields are the foundation for many of our finest schools. The exceptional quality of our finished product is a huge reason we are ranked as the largest builder in Silicon Valley, and why DevCon gets 95% of its business from repeat customers for future projects. DevCon Construction will continue to build our communities from schools to stadiums. Nearly half a century of quality service and a history of success.
Warriors, established 1946. Get your tickets now at warriors.com.
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By US Bank. Life keeps moving. We're here for every step. US Bank member FDIC. By Stanford Healthcare. #1 in Northern California in orthopedics. By SunPower. Proud partner of the 49ers. And by Stevens Creek Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Welcome back to Levi Stadium, where two of the Bay Area's best teams met this week. San Ramon Valley goes into this week with an 8-2 record, 4-0 in the East Bay League.
The Wolves taking on undefeated California. The Grizzlies a perfect 10-0 starting this week. This great East Bay League matchup is our NCS SunPower Electric game. Our Adrian Soriano was there.
Electric game.
Welcome to California High School for a big East Bay League matchup between the San Ramon Valley Wolves and the California Grizzlies. Some key players to watch from both teams. For San Ramon Valley, it's San Diego State-bound senior Jeron Navarez. Jeron is hitting .433 with 10 RBIs for the Wolves this season. For California, it's LSU-bound senior Nick Bronzini. Nick is 5-0 on the season for the Grizzlies with a 1.15 ERA and 55 strikeouts. Can San Ramon Valley stay undefeated in the East Bay League, or will California win their first league game of the season? Let's find out in our NCS SunPower Electric game. Bronzini looking good early for the Grizzlies, Nick getting one of his 8 strikeouts on the day here. But San Ramon Valley was playing solid defense. The Wolves go Colin Linteo to Jared Lewis to Jaron Navarez for the 6-4-3 double play, no score after 1. The Wolves get on the board in the third. Chase Salisbury hits it to center. That's deep enough to score Jared Lewis, and it's 1-0 San Ramon Valley. A couple batters later, Jaron Navarez lines one up the middle for a base hit. Scoring is Evan Belingit, and it's 2-0 San Ramon Valley Wolves. The Wolves looking for more, but Zach Rodman fires a strike to Brady Wetzel at third to nab the runner. Still 2-0 Wolves after 3. Top 5 now, and Salisbury launches one to left field. That ball is gone into the trees. A 2-run blast from Chase, and it's 4-0 Wolves after 5. California rallies back in the 6th. Cade Hanula ropes one to left for a hit. Aiden Camberg is in. Here comes Dominic Tuyor, and Dominic is safe at the plate. It's 4-2 San Ramon Valley. A couple batters later, Elijah Cernak loops one to left. Our buddy from the football team, Teddy Burris, scores, and Hanula is right behind him, and this game is tied at 4. The Grizzlies trying to take the lead, but the Wolves get out of it as Jordan Lewis makes a diving catch to keep the game tied at 4 after 6. Bottom 7 now, and Dominic Tuyor with a drive to left center. Oh my! It's gone! Santa Maria! A walk-off 2-run blast from Dom as the Grizzlies complete the comeback to go to 1-1 in the East Bay League. Dominic Tuyor talks to us after the game.
Oh my! Just try to keep the composure. Looking for a pitch I can hit, and I got it, and I just hit it out of the park.
In San Ramon with the NCS SunPower Electric game, I'm Adrian Soriano, 49ers Cal High Sports.
The San Mateo fans happy to be rooting on their Bearcats with lots of smiles in this week's Invisalign Bright Smile Award. Big first inning for Woodside. Zach Sullivan sends it high and deep all the way to the wall in center field. Evan Iyer stops at third. It's a double for Sullivan. The Cats get a run on an error. Then Chris Fancher smashes it through the left side. Sullivan scores 2-0. Still in the first, Ellis Tanner crushes this one all the way to the fence in left center. Scoring is Will King, all part of a 5-run first inning for Woodside. Ben Giovanetti gets the start for Woodside on the mound, and he had quite a game getting the strikeout here to end the second. You know you're a good defensive team when your coach makes a play like this. Great barehanded grab by Dan Rogers coaching at third. The Woodside players doing just as well. Here's shortstop Tanner Ellis with a terrific play. Still 5-0 Woodside Wildcats going to the third. The Wildcats get 3 more runs in the third inning. Chris Fancher sending a fly ball to deep center field, enough to score Sullivan. It's 8-0 Woodside. No hits for the Bearcats to the 7th, but with 1 out, Evan Harris lines a solid single to left center, and that ruins the no-hitter. Still a great outing for Giovanetti, who goes the distance, pitching a 1-hitter with 9 strikeouts for the victorious Woodside Wildcats.
Albany's Construction brings us the dirty work play each week. This is a play with the same type of grit and determination exemplified by the great folks at Albany's Construction.
This week's dirty work play goes to Palo Alto's Henry Bolte. Look at Henry going all out to make a terrific catch. Henry Bolte doing the dirty work, just like Albany's Construction. Stevens Creek Chevrolet brings us the Spirit Corner each week, celebrating top cheer and dance teams all around the Bay Area.
This week we feature the girls from Doherty Valley.
Bottles in the ice, like when we drink we do it right. Kittens are sipping scissor in my ride, like 3-6. Now I'm feeling so fly, like a G6, like a G6, like a G6. Now I'm feeling so fly, like a G6, like a G6, like a G6. Now I'm feeling so fly, like a G6. Give me that wet, give me that push out. Ladies love my style. At my table, getting out, get them bottles.
Coming up, 2 of the Bay Area's best in softball as Granada battles Foothill.
But first, here's our Cupertino Electric Power Rankings for baseball.
How powerful is an Invisalign smile? So powerful, you can face anything, even these faces. Invis is a powerful thing. Invis is the clear aligner brand most trusted by doctors and more predictable. Invisalign.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
Kids these days. They're curious, creative, kind, and resilient. A generation of tolerant givers and doers, kids these days are redefining what it means to show their true colors and shine bright. At Clover the Rainbow, we're committed to powering their brilliance with nutritious, organic, American Humane Certified dairy and teaching them the importance of eating all the colors of the rainbow. Clover the Rainbow, power your brilliance.
From the beginning, Mara-West Credit Union was created to provide a brighter financial future for you. We work hard for our members because they're our greatest strength.
Mara-West worked for me when I needed an auto loan for my first car.
When I need to make a mobile payment, Mara-West works for me.
Mara-West works for me wherever adventure takes us.
Mara-West Credit Union. Let us work for you. Today, tomorrow, together.
Since 1974, there's been just one goal. One thing we work for. The pursuit binds us together and pushes us forward. One family with one mission. To win for this city. Vamos, San Jose.
Wow. No braces, everything's hands-free. I wasn't so lucky.
Invis is not your parents' braces. Invis is faster than braces, and the clear aligner brand most trusted by doctors, Invisalign.
We are the De La Salle Spartans! And you're watching 49ers Cal High Sports! Presented by U.S. Bank!
The East Bay League is overflowing with great softball talent this season. The Granada Matadors are 7-0 to start the week, featuring Catherine Piscotti, who is the cousin of Oakland A's Stephen Piscotti.
Yes, she is. I covered Stephen back in his Amador Valley days. The Matadors meeting league rival Foothill this week. The Falcons also 7-0 and dominating their opponents so far this season. The two East Bay League powers meeting on Thursday.
We'll jump to Livermore for some softball action. Foothill on the road visiting Granada. Courtney Tate with the highlights. Top three, Foothill up 2-1. Avery Francis bunted to second. The throw goes out of play as Kyla Springer scores. Francis goes to second. It's 3-1 Falcons. Izzy McElroy hits one to center. That's deep enough to score Casey Burdick. It's 4-1 Foothill. Granada comes right back in the bottom half. Delaney Almua shoots it deep to center for a double. Alexis Phillips and Mariah Ayala cross home to cut the lead to 1. Saskia Robb keeps the line moving with the liner to right. Delaney slides in safely at the plate to tie the game at 4. The Falcons jump ahead in the 4th. Sammy Madison strikes it deep to center all the way to the fence. Marissa Anderson scores and the Falcons have the lead 5-4. Runners at the corner in the bottom half for Delaney Almua. Delaney crushes it to deep right field, and it's out of here. A 3-run blast for the freshman. It's 7-5. Matadors back in the lead, top 6. Foothill looking to rally back. Alex Mello gets the fly ball to left. Mariah Ayala makes the diving catch. 9-6 Matadors finally. Granada puts it away in the bottom half. Lauren Melton sends a liner to left. Phillips and Ayala comes in to score as the Matadors remain undefeated in the East Bay League behind a big game from Delaney Almua.
The Alkalani's Dons head to Walnut Creek to take on Northgate. Jake Vanderbrook with the highlights. Benji Bronstein, not related to Robert Bronstein because he's actually a good athlete, gets to strike out one of his 4 punch-outs in the ballgame. Top of the second, Akalani's with a runner on second. Here's a shot to left center field, and Alex Johnson makes a sliding catch. Great play by the senior. Later in the inning, Dons with the bases loaded, looking to score, but Liam Kevill gets out of the jam with this strikeout. Top 3 now, Miles Bergman floats this ball to right field for a base hit. Next batter, Will Berrien lays down a beautiful bunt. The senior beats the throw to first. Here comes Bergman, and the Pacific University commit is safe at the plate. 1-0 Dons. To the 4th, Connor McPhail hits a chopper, and this ball finds the grass for a base knock. Akalani's would tack on another run off a wild pitch to widen the deficit to 2. The Broncos look to get the bats alive. Here's a soft ground ball to short. Dante Montgomery charges the ball and fires a dart off balance to retire the batter. Top 5, Dons look to extend its lead. Here, Montgomery hits a bouncer off the pitcher's glove, and number 9 is safe at first. Kyle White comes home to score. 3-0 Akalani's. And to put the nail in the coffin, Will Berrien gets a good jump off a wild pitch to score from third. The Dons go on to beat the Broncos 4-0. Bronstein gets the win on the bump, allowing no runs on just 4 hits.
The captains meeting at midfield as De La Salle travels down south to meet Bellarmine. The Spartans in charge early. Charlie Bamberger running past the defender, getting enough room to fire at home. 1-0 Spartans. More Spartans as Ben Kangas comes from behind the net and goes top shelf. Second quarter now, more Spartans. Bamberger in front, fighting off the stick check and scoring from close range. 6-0 De La Salle. Bellarmine gets on the board here. Landon Zaffaropolo rifles in the backhander. Here's Landon again, and this time he bounces it home in heavy traffic. 6-2 Spartans. But the Spartans were far from done. Here's Bamberger again, beating the goalie down low this time. And then just before the half, the Bells get it to Zach Atobre, who fires from way out and scores. That was a rocket. The Spartans get one more before halftime as Bamberger charges the net and fires it home. 8-3 Spartans at the half. Third quarter, nice ball movement here as Rocco Reginelli scores. But the Spartans in control the entire game. The Bamberger shot is deflected over to Ryan Sanders as De La Salle goes to 6-0 on the season with the 16-8 win.
Each week, U.S. Bank brings us stories of inspirational athletes.
Courtney Tate joins us now with the story of the Salesian softball player who refuses to let her past define her.
That's right, Robert. Junior catcher Jay Garcia has gone through a number of traumatic experiences in the past 4 years, but she says her love for softball has helped her on her road to resilience.
Jay Garcia's athletic career began on the baseball field, but she quickly grew a love for softball after moving from LA to Northern California.
Baseball, it was kind of just like a thing that I did like all the time, like whether I was at school or at home or like at the baseball field. And then softball, like I just fell in love with it.
Growing up, Jay was excelling on both the baseball and softball field. At the same time, Jay endured traumatic experiences, having a huge impact on her emotionally.
When I was 12 years old, I was actually raped, and that was very hard for me because the situation alone was very hard, but I've always been like a very open person, and like I give myself away too easily to people, and so like just me doing that, I get taken advantage of.
Jay was traumatized a second time when her abuser was sentenced to just 2 years probation.
Afterwards, like I got bullied very badly throughout the rest of middle school for it, and the boy ended up getting no charges and 2 years of probation, and he got to move to Texas.
As the years progressed and Jay entered high school, she was struck with the crippling news of 2 people closest to her committing suicide in the span of 2 weeks.
One of my really close family friends, her name's Lorenza, she plays softball too. She goes to Benicia High. Her father actually committed suicide, and he was like very close to me and our family. And 2 weeks later, one of my really close friends committed suicide.
Jay says having to experience these losses while still suffering emotionally from her own trauma put her in a serious depression. The only thing helping her through it all was playing softball.
Softball has been the #1 thing that brings me out the dirt every time, and it's my one thing that keeps me going and like the thing that I look up to every morning.
Despite all Jay's been through in the past, she's still able to find joy on the field. Her teammates and coaches agree Jay is a strong leader and role model on her team.
With Jay, I'm very vocal, I'm very communicative with her. I know of her past and I know what she's been through. And she's just awesome to have, and it's so inspiring to have her keep coming out here and to keep giving it her all, because she pushes me to be better and she pushes all the other girls to be better, and we could just see it in her attitude and in her play.
I really think that everybody on the team looks up to her because she just always has positive energy, and when we get the team going, like things just always get way better.
Now, Jay is focusing on healing. She says COVID put her in a position where she had nothing but time on her hands to focus on bettering her mental health.
When COVID hit, I think that gave me a lot of time to really just be me in my mind and like actually have to go through and heal things and like things that I've never healed before. And I think I'm just now in the process of healing from everything and talking about things because I've never done that before.
Jay also says she's grateful for her softball family who has welcomed her with open arms and showed her a different kind of love from people outside of her immediate family. Jay has now refocused her mind to playing college softball after high school, and she says she's going to join her travel softball team in hopes that will help her meet her goal.
All right, we wish her the very best.
Each week, Wingstop honors Bay Area teachers who do such a great job.
Here's Salesian pitcher Kylie Jensen talking about her favorite teacher, David Job.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Job. He's my psychology teacher, and he's just my favorite teacher because he's the one who keeps it like the most real. He has really deep and like engaging talks with us, and I feel like he really gets down to our level, and he understands us as students and really just like helps us and even talks about the future with us, and so I really like having conversations with him.
Once again this season, Wingstop will be giving scholarships at the end of the season, honoring Wingstop owner Terry Blanchard. Terry passed away from COVID in April of 2020. Terry did great work in the community. These scholarships keep that effort alive.
Coming up, the mattress firm Perfect Match. It's the West Catholic League battle between rivals St. Francis and Bellarmine.
And top softball action as College Park travels to Clayton Valley right here on 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank.
Okay, so turn left. Take this right. Now pull into that parking space. Now put the car in park. Great, thanks so much. It's my lunch break.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Join us on the ice for the Bay Area's hottest sport. High school ice hockey leagues are forming now for the upcoming season. Be part of this fast-moving, hard-hitting, crazy, exciting game. You can join as part of your high school team or sign up to be assigned to a team. Games are played at Sharks Ice locations all around the Bay Area. Jump in anytime and join your friends on the ice. Be a part of Bay Area high school hockey. Contact Sharks Ice for more details and get into the game today.
Dreaming while awake? Junk sleep. Don't let junk sleep mess with your head.
Welcome to Mattress Firm.
For a limited time at Mattress Firm, get a king for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase.
Just go ahead and lift you on up.
You can't put a price on good sleep, but it's better on sale. Mattress Firm. Unjunk your sleep.
1, 2, 3.
Get ready to cheer for your next new or used car at Stevens Creek Chevrolet.
Stevens Creek Chevrolet!
We're ready to make your buying experience safe and easy. Come to our dealership to see and test drive one of hundreds of great Chevrolet cars and trucks. Or you can go online to shop, order, and have your new car delivered right to your door. So get fired up for a great deal right here at
Stevens Creek Chevrolet!
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Lexus of Stevens Creek, we get it. By Wingstop, sauced and tossed classic wings, crispy tenders, juicy boneless wings. Order them all at wingstop.com. By DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer. And by the Reike Center, where goals and dreams become a reality.
Big game in the West Catholic League this week as rivals Bellarmine and St. Francis meet on the Bells home field. Bellarmine's Matt DeChico having a fine season. The senior hitting for .458 in 8 games for the Bells.
The Lancers' Christian Galvez has 10 RBIs in 8 games for the Lancers. Each week, we look for the perfect match on the field, just like Mattress Firm wants to find you a perfect match for you and a mattress. This week, it's the rivalry game with St. Francis and Bellarmine.
The national anthem playing as St. Francis gets ready to take on Bellarmine. The Lancers rally in the first, runner on for Wyatt King, who lines a single to left. That's a base hit. Later in the first, Elias Duncan at third as Tristan Kim lifts a fly ball to left center. Tagging and scoring on the always exciting sac fly is Duncan. 1-0 Lancers. The Bells starter Dom Marola doing a great job on the hump for the Bells, going 6 innings, this one of his 6 Ks in the game. The Bells get a bases-loaded walk to score a run in the second, but get out of it when Kyler Bittner snags the hot shot and gets the double play to end the second. To the third as the Bells look to rally, Roman Kelly sends a blistering shot down the right field line. That's going to the fence. It's a 1-out double for Kelly, but the Bells did not score. Still tied in the fifth as Evan Payne throws a strike to second to get the runner trying to steal. Nice play by the Bells catcher Payne. Bottom 5 and the Bells take the lead. Runner at second for Kelly, who rips it to right, racing around third, and scoring is Matt DeChico, and the Bells take a 2-1 lead. But the Lancers rally in the 7th. Derek Giles sends a line single to left to get it all started, and then with the bases loaded and 1 out, Wyatt King gets all of this one. Home run! It's a grand slam for Wyatt. The Lancers celebrate taking the lead in the 7th inning, and that's how it would end. Wyatt King with a big blast to save the day for the Lancers as St. Francis wins it 5-2. Kim and King with big games for the Lancers.
It was a lefty pitcher. I know he's throwing not super hard. I was just looking for a fastball right there to drive, and he gave it to me right down the middle. I got it and I hit it over the fence. I think this is huge. I mean, that brings momentum into our next 2 games against Reardon Valley. I mean, we were down the entire game. Like, it didn't feel like we were winning, and I mean, that's just going to be huge for our team going into the week and bringing that energy.
Adrian Soriano here in Concord as College Park takes on Clayton Valley. The Falcons looking to get on the board first, but great defense early as Anja Pereira fires to Isabella Scolini for 1. Then Isabella throws to Jackie Alday to nab the runner at the plate. No score after 2. Top 3 now, and Avery Rodriguez lines one up the middle for a base hit. Ava Davis scores 1-0 College Park. Jessica Delatorre up to bat next, and Jessica skies one to center. That's plenty deep enough to score Isa Gutierrez, and it's 2-0 Falcons. Alexis Seeley up next, and Alexis grounds one to second. The throw to the plate gets away as Rodriguez comes in to score. The Falcons tack on another run on an error, and it's 4-0 College Park. But Clayton Valley answers back in the bottom half. Jordan Woolery hits one down the first baseline for a single. Isabella Scolini comes in to score. The Ugly Eagles get another run later in the inning, and it's 4-2 Falcons after 3. Clayton Valley puts a crooked number in the 5th. Sujin Berry sends a line drive to right field all the way to the wall. Scolini scores, and it's 4-3 College Park. Woolery up to bat next, and Jordan crushes one to deep left. That ball is way out of here and into the parking lot. A 2-run blast for the UCLA-bound senior. 5-4 Ugly Eagles. Clayton Valley loads the bases later in the inning for Samantha Tyson, who rips one to right for a double. Annika Schaefer, Jesse Lovett, and Anja Pereira scores. 8-4 Clayton Valley after 5. College Park chips away in the 6th. Seeley smokes one to deep center field. That one falls as Maya Weiler scores, but Clayton Valley comes right back in the bottom half. Jackie Alday lines one to right for a hit. Barry scores as the Ugly Eagles win it 9-7 to go to 3-0 in the Diablo Foothill League.
Lexus of Stevens Creek brings us the Volunteer Award each week, celebrating young people who donate their time to do good work in their communities.
We are now in the voting phase for the Volunteer Award Scholarship. Go to the Lexus of Stevens Creek Facebook page and vote for your favorite volunteer.
This season, Gallo Salami will help us find top recruits and find out where they stand in their recruiting process.
This week's Gallo Salami Big Salami is Henry Bolte from Palo Alto. Henry is one of the top high school prospects in the nation, according to Baseball America. Henry will attend the University of Texas after this season. Coming up to the peninsula, we go for Burlingame and Hillsdale.
And St. Francis and Mitty slug it out on the volleyball court. This is 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank.
Welcome back to our NBC Sports Studios. League play gets going for everyone in the Peninsula Bay Division this week. The Hillsdale Knights are playing very well, with senior Tyler Douglas hitting .433 with 13 hits in 10 games.
The Knights hosting a Burlingame squad led by Ryan Call, the starting quarterback on the football team. He's also a star pitcher and hitter on the baseball team. Peninsula League action at Hillsdale on Wednesday.
The coaches and umpires meeting at home plate as Burlingame takes on Hillsdale. The Panthers on the board first in the first. Ryan Call smashes this one to deep left center all the way to the wall. Rounding third and heading for home is Dexter Kiesel. The senior scores. Call tries for third, but that's not happening as Blake Cowens throws to Mateo Rojas, who tags the runner to end the inning. More Panthers in the top of the second. Charlie Dohemen rips a solid single to center. That's a base hit for Charlie. Later with Dohemen at third and 2 out, Charlie Happ with a tough hop single past third. Scoring is Dohemen, 2-0 Burlingame. Bottom 3 is Burlingame starter Blake Dempsey is rolling along, getting one of his 5 Ks in the game to end the third. Hillsdale keeping it close with fine defense. A shot to second is snagged by sophomore Santino Silvestri. Still 2-0 in the fourth. This is Andrew Cow sending a looping liner to left. It gets past the diving fielder, as Andrew must have been hungry because he is eating at second, but the Knights did not score. Lou Martino at the plate with runners at the corners in the fifth. It goes deep to right field. A fine catch out there by Andrew Murray. Tagging and scoring is Noah Greenblatt. 3-0 Panthers. The Knights break through in the fifth. Blake Cowens with a bug killer up the middle. Scoring from third is Tyler Douglas. A runner on for Hillsdale in the sixth. But Burlingame goes Johnny Suarez to Sean Richardson to Ryan Call. That's a nifty double play as Burlingame wins the league opener 3-1. Big games for Dempsey on the mound and Call at the plate.
Time for some crosstown rivalry volleyball. St. Francis on the road visiting Mitty. Courtney Tate with the highlights. Set 1, this one going point for point. Ryan Murray gets it up to 6-8. Ethan Watson. Ethan slams it home, and we're tied at 13. Later in the set, Mitty hoping to tie it back up. The Lancers send it over, but Zachary Flynn is there for a huge block. The score is tied back up at 23. St. Francis now with a chance to take the first set. Ryan Murray sends it up to Rafa Davis. Rafa crushes it to the hardwood, and the Lancers take set 1, 25-23. 3 to the second. St. Francis off to a strong start. Here's Ryan and Ethan for another kill, one of his 10 kills on the game. It's 15-8 St. Francis. The Lancers keep it going later in the second. Ryan Murray to Jerry Fang. Jerry with the monster slam, and the Lancers take set 2, 25-14 to the third. Mitty still fighting. Anderson Walker gets it up to Lucas Miller. Lucas with a beautiful shot to score the points. 10-8 St. Francis. Finally, St. Francis pulling away. Here's Ethan Watson with another big block. What a performance by the senior. That'll do it. St. Francis takes the win 3-0. Ethan Watson with the big game, 10 kills and 4 blocks.
Each week, the Harker School helps us honor top scholar athletes. This week's scholar athlete is Matt Gonzalez from Doherty Valley. Matt is great on the baseball team and in the classroom with a very impressive 4.0 GPA.
Brought to you by the Harker School. On March 18th, Harker held its annual cancer walk at the middle school campus, raising $8,000 for Camp Okaizu, an organization helping families with children living with cancer. Students and faculty walked around a collection of flags adorned with the names of the attendees, loved ones, and enjoyed a variety of games and treats. At Harker, transitional kindergarten through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org. Remember, if you weren't able to be at the game, we have entire game videos available for purchase. Click on the QR code on the screen for the list of available games. Order the game, we'll send you a download, and you have it forever.
Be sure to check us out on social media for lots of fun content, including videos, news updates, and a whole lot more. We are at 49ers Cal High everywhere, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get updates on when new videos are posted each week.
Coming up, our CCS SunPower Electric game. It's the Mount Hamilton Division tussle between Lee and Willow Glen.
And girls lacrosse with Campolindo in San Ramon Valley. You're watching 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by US Bank.
If we build this, all the players and fans will magically appear. I call it the Field of Fame. Of course, I'll have to tear down the garage, fill in the pool, and lose the trees. So can I get a loan?
So as your friend, I love it, but as your banker, not so much.
Let me talk to the friend.
You could always invest in a college fund.
No, my kids aren't going to college. They're going to work at the stadium.
Our kids are going to college. Football's back, and so are the fans.
My wife wants to build a college.
For more than 65 years, Cupertino Electric has been delivering power and possibilities. With offices throughout California and project sites throughout the U.S., Cupertino Electric today builds renewable, commercial, utility, and data center projects for some of the most influential companies in the world. Beyond that, we are a people company. We build family, communities, and meaningful careers. Visit CEI.com today or connect with us on LinkedIn, Facebook, or other social sites to see our openings and join our team.
My name's Gary Reikus, and I'm the Executive Director and founder of the Reikus Center for Human Enhancement. Anyone can come regardless of their ability to pay and perform, and anyone is as important as anyone could possibly be. The staff here are the thing. So it's not me, and it's not the facility. The staff is what implements those values and helps the people make progress. So as a service organization that's trying to help someone accomplish their goals, I couldn't be prouder of what we're doing.
Sit high. Let's go. Stop, lean on it, lean on it. Let's get it, climb it up, climb it up.
We are back at Levi Stadium with the CCS SunPower Electric game. Mount Hamilton Division action starting this week with the Lee Longhorns posting a 7-2 pre-league record.
Willow Glen coming into the week 8-0-1. The two teams getting league play started in the first of a two-game set played on Wednesday. It's our CCS SunPower Electric game, and our Jake Vanderbrook was there.
Electric game.
We are finally diving into league play in the Mount Hamilton division. Both Lee and Willow Glen are playing some phenomenal baseball to start the season. For Lee, James Bowes is on our radar. The senior is hitting .480 at the plate. And for the Rams, Chase Ostrowski is a threat in the batter's box. He's hitting .455 with 8 RBIs. It's the Battle of the Horns in our CCS SunPower Electric game. The Longhorns get off to a fast start. Top one, Brian Kim lifts a shot to left field, and this ball drops for a base knock. Nate Miller and James Bowes score 2-0 Lee. Still in the first, Don Pinella hits a pop fly into right, and this ball finds the grass. Brian Kim scores. Longhorns tack on another run in the first to make it 4-0. Bottom two, Rams look to get the bats alive, but James Bowes feels a grounder, touches second, and fires a dart to Dylan Christian for a 6-3 double play. That's one way to turn your Bowes speakers up. Bottom four, Miles Liu on the bump, showing off the gas with this fastball to get the strikeout, one of his 4 punch-outs in the ballgame. But the Rams turn it up a few dials. Bottom six, Brogan Enos lifts this ball to deep center field. This ball goes to the fence. Number 6 stops at second with a double. Next batter, Logan Vieira rips a shot, and this ball goes into the outfield for a base hit. Enos scores, and Will Glenn cuts the deficit to 3. But the Longhorns extend its lead in the 7th with a runner in scoring position. Nate Miller drives this ball to left for a base knock. 1 run scores, and it's 5-1 lead. Still in the 7th, Longhorns up 6-1. Well, make it 8-1 as Dylan Christian crushes this ball to left center field. This ball is going to the wall. It's a stand-up triple for the freshmen, scoring Zach Saringer and Don Pinella. Rams tack on 2 runs in the 7th, but Lee hands Willow Glenn his first loss of the season, 8-3 the final. Miles Liu gets the win on the mound, and he talks about the team win after the game.
We went 0-2 against them last year, kind of ran into a little bit of a struggle against them last year. Feels really good to get the first league win. I was just trying to go after hitters, attack them from the get-go, and get my off speeds going. You know, fastball was working really well today. I was hitting my spots, so got a lot of ground balls, got a lot of good outs, and fitters made some great plays.
In San Jose with the CCS SunPower Electric game, I'm Jake Vanderbrook, 49ers, Cal High Sports.
San Ramon Valley is ready as the Wolves host the undefeated Camp Lindo Cougars. Ivan Garcia with the highlights. The Wolves open the game scoring 3 straight, including this bottom right goal from Marin Rue. Cougars answer back with 2 straight goals. Katie McCauley fires into the net and cuts the lead 3-2. Mid-first, the Wolves' offense was on fire as Ava Horak slings one into the net and the Wolves go up by 3. But the Cougars start to cut the lead. Andy Simperman finds McCauley in front of the net and the score is 5-4. Late first, both teams add goals, but Tatum Neach gives the Wolves a 7-5 lead at the half. Mid-second, Cougars are fighting back. Simperman with the ball and the UC Davis commit puts the Cougars down by 1. But the Wolves start to pull away. The Wolves are awarded a penalty and UC Berkeley commit Coco Wong makes it 12-7 Wolves. And a few minutes later, Caitlin Bray jukes her defender and scores as the Wolves score 7 unanswered goals. The Wolves hand the Cougars its first loss of the season after 4-goal performances from Rue and Horrocks.
Coming up, City League action with Washington and Lincoln.
But first, here's our Cupertino Electric Power Rankings for softball.
Back at the NBC Sports Studio here at Levi's Stadium, the Lincoln Mustangs holding the top spot in the San Francisco City League, starting this week with a 3-0 record.
Just 1 game behind Lincoln were the Eagles from Washington, the teams meeting with first place on the line Thursday.
Jake Vanderbrook in San Francisco as the Lincoln Mustangs take on the Washington Eagles. Top of the second, William Lamb lifts this ball to right field, and it stays fair. 1 run scores, but Miles McCabe fires a dart to his cutoff man, and Luke Toloski throws it home to get the runner from second out. 1-0 Eagles. To the third, an Eagle is on the loose. Here's the throw to third, but the ball goes to the outfield. Ethan Levinson heads home and slides head first to extend the Eagles' lead to 2. Jump to the fifth. Joaquin Ruiz drives this ball to center field for a base knock. Kane Moody trots home the score. Washington extends its lead to 3, but the Mustangs show some life in the bottom half. Ricky Underwood hits a pop fly in the outfield, and this ball stays fair. McCabe scores. Mustangs within 2. Bottom 7, Lincoln down 2 with runners in scoring position. Here's a ground ball to short. Kane Moody fires the first to get the out. Edwin Liu scores, and the lead is cut to 1. Next batter with 2 outs, Julian Fong McAdams hits a pop fly to left field, and this ball finds the grass. Ethan Singer scores, all tied at 4. Extra innings. Here we come. But Washington finds a groove late, scoring 2 runs in the 8th, which includes this RBI single from Devin Benningfield, one of his 2 hits in the ball game. The Eagles improved to 6-2 on the season, beating Lincoln 6-4.
We'll head to Belmont for some more softball action. Gun on the road visiting Notre Dame. Courtney Tate with the highlights. Bottom of the third, both defenses doing the work. Lauren Selvaraj gets a swing for her 4th strikeout to keep the game scoreless. Bottom 4, Notre Dame ready to get it going. Alexa Cotto drives it deep to center. Alexa rounds second and slides safely into third for a triple. Melania Alifano up to bat next. Melania Alifano shoots it to left for a base hit. Cotto comes home in to score, and Alifano makes it to second. It's 1-0 Notre Dame. 1 on, 2 outs in the fifth. Alexa Cotto delivers again as she grounds one through the infield for a hit. The ball will roll all the way to the wall. Ava Chung comes in to score. Alexa races around third, and Alexa is safe at the plate. What a play. It's 4-0 Tigers. Still in the fifth, Danny DeMauro sends a hard liner to right. Elena Alfano scores right here, and it's 5-0 Notre Dame. Finally, bottom six, bases loaded in the sixth for Sophia Danelli, who crushes it to left field for the double. Ava Chung crosses home plate, and here comes Izzy Yang and Olivia Simeon right behind her. Notre Dame wins 8-0 big game from Kylie Lau with 8 strikeouts.
Each week this season, AmeriWest Credit Union brings us athletes giving credit to those people who have made their success happen.
Here's Jay Garcia from the Salesian softball team giving credit to her travel softball coach.
I definitely, I love him very much, and he has a big spot in my heart, and he's the one reason that I'm still here today, and one of the reasons that I have played softball.
DGDG.com wants you to be a happy car buyer, so each week we show you the Be Happy play.
This week's Be Happy play goes to the St. Francis Lancers. Wyatt King coming up in the top of the 7th inning, 1 out with the bases loaded. And there it goes, a grand slam for Wyatt. And do you think the Lancers were pretty happy about that? Wyatt King with this week's DGDG Be Happy play.
Coming up, it's the Service by Medallion Play of the Week. I think it's going to be this play, but just wait to find out.
But first, here's this week's training tip from our good friends at the Rikus Center.
Hey everyone, I'm Coach Justin. For today's training tip of the week, we're going to go with a med ball slam. Natalie here is going to bring the ball straight up over her head. She's going to get onto her tippy toes and drop the ball straight down. She's trying to break the floor. To progress it, she's going to actually get into a split stance. So she's going to get into a split stance, and she's going to let the leg fly. All right? This is a good exercise to develop full body power.
Service by Medallion brings us the Play of the Week award, all of the winners vying for the Play of the Year and the coveted championship belt.
We'll show you some contenders and then name this week's Play of the Week.
Play of the Week. We start with San Mateo's coach Dan Rogers with a barehanded grab. You still got it, coach. Here's Northgate's Alex Johnson with a nice diving catch, but the Play of the Week goes to Kevin Kroom Jr. from St. Mary's. Kevin making the catch and crashing into the fence. Let's see it in slow-mo. Kevin Kroom Jr., you just won the Play of the Week.
That's the Play of the Week, and that's 49ers Cal High Sports for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Stay right there for highlights from the big Wood Creek Folsom baseball game coming up next on 49ers Sac High Sports.